Excellent. So I want to welcome each and every one of you that are here on the call tonight. I know we may have some more people jumping on, which is fantastic. My name is Tinya Gray, and this is our Start Rebels Zoom Room virtual meeting. So this is, I think this is like our 5th week running or something. We missed last week because of Easter, and we're going to continue going strong. I sort of wrote out a schedule to the end of the year, so I fully intend to fill all the spots from now to the end of the year and have this call, like I said, continue to grow. The purpose of it is that we are here as, one team to really learn together, to spend some time, maybe have a couple of laughs, listen to how some people have been able to share this more effectively, how they've stepped out of their comfort zone, some things that have worked for them as far as growing their team, growing their businesses, because we know when we grow ourselves, our businesses grow. And, just to really get some hints and tips as to what it is that might resonate for you so that you can really start to, step way out there and get really sharing this gift of Isagenix that we know so many people deserve to have in their life. So thank you all for making the time to be here tonight. I'm super stoked that you are. And I just want to acknowledge, again, those of you that have supported this from the very beginning. Again, this was part of my vision. To be able to pull the START people together so that you guys had a safe place where you could learn and grow, as well as learn each other's stories and really learn from each other, what your transformations are all about. Because our story doesn't always resonate with everyone that we talk to. But if we have other stories to draw from, then we can really connect with people and help them relate on a different level. Also, you guys are in different locations. So rather than having all these satellites of people in different cities, across Ontario or across Canada, I wanted to be able to pull you guys together so that you could figure out who is where, what events have we got happening. So if you have someone in the London area, or you have someone in Calgary or something like that, that you have some people to plug them into who can help them get to events, who can help them, get plugged into their local community so that we can grow the greater START team, but starting, with this format. So there we go. Sam's saying in Nova Scotia area. That's fantastic. That's exciting. So thank you again very much. If you guys don't mind actually throwing in the chat what your name is, your name will show up, but show right in there where you're from, just so you guys can see that. I would have you all do a call out, but there's a lot of you on here right now, and it would turn into a big loud mess. So throw in there where you're from. Oh, we got people from all over the place. This is so cool. Excellent. Okay, so just to share, I just want to go into showing you the disclaimer here. So just in case we have this on a YouTube format where people are watching this and you're not really sure what this is about, what it is that we're talking about. We are the START group. I'm part of the Restart group, but basically we are with Isagenix, and we're all here to help share our vision with people, share our transformations with people, and help people transform their lives. We make no claims about what transformation you can experience from a weight loss perspective and a time perspective. We make no claims about income levels or how fast you could earn certain amounts of money. It is completely dependent on you, and what you put into it, you will get out of it. So on that note, I also would like to just touch base on what the vision is. How many of you guys know what the vision is? Anyone know what it is? Can you say what the vision is? Lynn, jump out there, hon. Can hear you? Oh, unmute. I think you're muted, babe. There, try. I can't hear you. Okay, someone else. Can someone else jump out? Lynn, I can't seem to hear you. Try it again, Lynn. Sorry. Okay, so one more. Who's going to jump out with a vision? Anybody? Okay, I'm going to read it because I can't see all of you, so I don't know who's got their hand up. So the START vision is to ignite all young people to own their lives physically and financially, and through our contributions, create freedom and a lasting legacy. So how many of you can get really excited about that vision? Whoop, whoop. Hands up, hands up. Awesome. Excellent. So on that note, I don't want to delay any further. So Lena was saying it out loud, but anyways, I'm sure all of you repeat the vision. Without any further ado, I want to get into the meaty part of the call tonight. So our first speaker is a gentleman who I've gotten to know over the last 3 years, and him and his lovely wife, Sarah, have become like brother and sister to me, really. You know, it's not just about this being a business where we have business partners. We're a team. We're like a family. And we really do get to choose our business partners. And I really believe that we kind of are the chosen family, you know, of each other. And him and his wife, Sarah, have 2 beautiful kids, Leah and Joel. Leah's 4 and Joel is 2, and they have baby number 3 on the way. He is a Crystal Executive. They are Crystal Executive. He started Isagenix in January 2013, and he's going to share a little bit more about that with us, his journey. He is a full-time high school math teacher. Best looking math teacher I've ever seen. I'll tell you that much right now. He did his teacher training in Perth, Australia, which is super cool. That's one of my favorite places on the planet. He went to Mac in Hamilton, where him and Sarah met, and he lost 40 pounds and gained 15 pounds of lean muscle. And he became an IsaBody honorable mention in 2015. So I would like to pass it over to my very good friend, Jason Snider.
Thanks, Tinya. Everyone, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, I'm down in my dungeon right now, like, prepping like crazy. I've got an evaluation this week for teaching, so just a lot of prep work right now. So, anyway, so like Tinya was saying, I started Isagenix January of 2013. We had been introduced to the products through a girl that was in Sarah's mommy and baby fitness classes, and Sheena Cooper, for those of you who might know her. And she was looking great. She was like lost a bunch of weight and said she's gonna try like these products. And both of us had a kin background, and we were like, shouldn't be touching this stuff. Like, stay away, eat whole foods, all that kind of stuff. And we were just like, all right. So we basically spent 6 months prior to us starting digging for dirt on the company. When we went to all of our contacts that we had in the health field and said, what do you know about these products? Are they safe? Like, do you have any dirt on them, basically? And nobody came back with anything like really negative. So we were just like, all right, give it a try. Sarah was pregnant at the time, chasing around a year and a half old Leah at the time, and just didn't have a lot of energy. So we got started before Sarah got started, and then January rolled around, and I was the heaviest I'd ever been in my life. So I was 90 pounds, and I'm like 5'8", so my BMI was pushing 30, which would put me at like seriously obese. Like, I was really overweight and almost obese, according to BMI. So I needed to do something, and Sarah basically voluntold me to do one of the 9-day programs, which I would not recommend to anyone out there. If you're going to get someone started, do not do a 9-day. But I'm one of those few people that started with a 9-day and haven't looked back. So went on to lose a bunch of weight, like 40 pounds total. And then from that point, put on like 15 pounds of muscle. I'm even up like another 5 or so since then. So I know Tinya posted the pictures when I was an honorable mention. And that was last year around this time, last April, where I took those after photos. And if you've seen my pictures floating around, like the one that I just finished in December, I was a full 10 pounds heavier. And the reason that I've put on so much more muscle mass is because of some of the AMP line that they've introduced. So I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite in the AMP line of products, and it's right here. It's AMP Power. So they actually introduced the AMP Power at Celebration just this past summer in August of 2016. So it was the first product that they introduced in the whole AMP line. And a lot of people say, okay, well, like the AMP line, is it good for me? Is it not good for me? What is it going to help me directly put on muscle? What's in it? All these kind of things. And really what you want to think about is the AMP line is not like directly responsible for putting on muscle. So none of the AMP products are going to cause you to gain muscle. So you can't just like put these products in your body and just all of a sudden you're going to be jacked. Like, you have to put in the work, right? The idea with all of the AMP line is that it helps improve blood flow or helps improve recovery. So this one, especially the AMP Power, there's a patented formulation in there of nitrosogene, which helps increase your blood flow. And if you think of like blood flow in terms of a hose, so like your blood travels through like all your veins and everything like that, and your arteries and everything. And if they're like able to get more oxygen and more nutrients and more stuff going through them, and like they're dilated or open. Blood flow, delivers more oxygen, and if you get more oxygen, you get more nutrients to your blood, in your blood while you're working out, your muscle is going to be able to work out that much harder. So that's the great thing about the nitrosogene and the citrulline combination in this product. The other thing they've added in there is the creatine, and creatine monohydrate is like the #1 researched product of all time. So it is safe, effective. I saw Renata Beyondich was on the call, and I've listened to pretty much every one of her husband's podcasts, everything that he's ever done. And like he says, it's just, honestly, there's nothing wrong with creatine. Like it's safe, it's effective, it's not going to cause bloating, it's not going to cause water retention. Like the level of creatine in this, it's 3 grams. Like I've actually done creatine loading where I've used 10 grams per day of creatine plus this, so like 13 grams, which is kind of on the high level. With 3 grams of creatine, you're not going to see those kind of side effects that a lot of people complain about. What creatine is, which is kind of cool, is it's a precursor to ATP. So ATP, adenosine triphosphate. I'm getting into my science now. I'm sorry for those of you. My geek mode. So adenosine triphosphate, ATP, it is like the most like readily available energy source at the cellular level. So when you're looking at like the cellular level, ATP is like what like helps working muscles work. So the nice thing about having creatine in this product is that it will allow you to produce more ATP and allow you to work out a little bit harder if you have it pre-workout. So the way that I use this, just for those of you who are interested in terms of the way to use it, I actually wake up early in the morning. I actually combine it because this is one of Dr. Paul Beyondich's tricks. I combine these two together. So I'll do a scoop of amped power, and I'll do like 1 scoop. Recommended serving size is 2, but I do 1 scoop of the amped recover, and I do that as a pre-workout. I come down, I do my affirmations, I do like some journaling and kind of stuff. So I've got about 15-20 minutes. I do some reading and stuff like that, and then at that point I'm ready to work out. So I'll have an e-shot, and then I'll like absolutely crush my workout, and then after that I'm hitting my post-workout shake. But that's basically how I'm using the amped power, and I love it. I've seen huge gains, and right off the bat from when I tried it, I was one of the first people to get it at Celebration, and I worked out the next morning after being at the start party the night before. It was, and like seriously, this stuff it's a game changer. And all the Amp line, absolutely amazing products. And I challenge you to find anything out there that's clean, in terms of any kind of pre-workout that doesn't have artificials in it. Like you can't get anything like this. So you're going to get something that has artificials if you're trying to find something comparable at health food stores. So yeah, it's a fantastic product, and give it a shot. Like the sky's the limit with this product. Like seriously, you're gonna feel results, and you're gonna feel that you're gonna be working out that much harder. So.
Awesome. Great share. Jay, I think there's a couple of questions in the chat there. So if you, when you get back here, just go through. Someone was asking about, did you say something about the Recover before? Yeah, so that was another thing that Dr. Paul Beyondich kind of recommends. Because the Recover has the branched chain amino acids in it. So basically, if you flood your body with branched chain amino acids, those like leucine, isoleucine, and valine, if you do that before a workout, and your branched chain amino acids are a high level before you work out, it's going to prevent some of that breakdown during the workout. So the whole idea is if you keep them elevated pre and post, and then it's great. And he also recommends like having, the nice thing about, sorry, I should mention about the power, is it keeps the blood flow high for about 3 hours. So you're going to get that effect for about 3 hours total. So my workouts are pretty short. Like I'm crushing a workout in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes tops. So if I'm having my post-workout shake and my blood levels,
blood flow is like super high, and nutrient delivery is going to be that much better. It's going to get to the working muscle and repair it, start the recovery and repair process a lot faster, right? So that's the cool thing about AMP Power. It's a pre-workout, but it also helps in your post-workout recovery as well. So
awesome. Thank you. You guys give it up for Jay. We'll let you answer in the chat.
Yeah.
Give it up for Jay, you guys. Awesome information. Thank you for sharing.
No worries.
I know for myself, I mean, I think that once people get going with the basic system anyways, it automatically starts to help people increase their energy and feel like they want to work out. And to know that we've got these extra supports for the workouts is so much, so amazing for people. I know for myself with the AMP Power, I just feel like I'm so alert. I'm so awake when I exercise, which, I wasn't really feeling. It would take me so much longer to get going. So I love the fact that it doesn't take me as long. Awesome. Okay, well, that is some great info about the AMP line. Be sure to check it out in the back office. If you guys have not tried them, then consider adding 1 or 2 of the line to your next auto ship order and try something new each month just to see how it works for you and how it feels for you, so you can speak from a place of authenticity on that. I have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker, and she is from Hamilton, and she is a Crystal executive. I have met her at a few different events, but we got to spend some time chit-chatting at the Laurie and Chris Harder event in London. And I just love this girl. She's just like a ball of energy. And when you meet her, you feel her heart, and you just feel her sincerity and her authenticity, and just, such a genuine soul she is. She works full-time as a human resource coordinator for a construction company in Hamilton. She is super passionate about fitness, health, and personal development. And if you check out her pics on Facebook, you can see how passionate she is about her fitness. She takes it very seriously. Once she got started with the Isagenix lifestyle and realized that she had the tools to really make some great gains and transform herself, she decided to compete in fitness competition. So I believe she's in the process of getting ready for another one. And she is an Isagenix athlete as a result of that. So she started Isagenix in 2012 for products, started sharing it in 2014, and she is 28 years old. Please welcome the beautiful, the one and only Sandra Tartaglia.
Hey, Tinya and everyone. Thanks so much for the amazing introduction. I'm so excited to be on this call, and I feel exactly the same way about you, Tinya. I'm so excited that we've connected and that I can step in on this call. Jason, amazing job. And honestly, the AMP lineup is such a game changer. Like, I am getting ready for my next show, and I absolutely adore all of it. I think my favorite product is Recovery. But I literally have been lifting so much weight. I'm like, there's no way I can go up. Like, I'm actually scaring myself, and I have put on an insane amount of lean muscle. So I'm super excited to lean out for this next show. So just a little bit about my story. So like Tinya said, I started Isagenix in November of 2012. And I actually had come across Isagenix. There was this fitness model on my Facebook who had posted a picture of it, and I didn't really know anything, where to get it, nothing. And then my massage therapist was like, oh, my wife's doing this thing called Isagenix. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? Like, how do I get it? So I met up with her like a couple days later, and right away she had been brand new too, starts like drawing out this U+2, then +2. I'm like, whatever, I don't know what this shit is. Like, oh, sorry. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I'm like, I don't really care about this. Like, I have a career. Like, I just want to use this product. And then she's telling me about auto ship, and I was so skeptical. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, just give me the product. I don't want to sign up for auto ship, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, okay, the first time I will, I'll just like get you some shakes. And I just started with shakes. I was living at home at the time, trying to save money to move out. So for me, my parents paid for my groceries. I like couldn't justify spending money on Isagenix. Oh, can you see me? Oh, my screen went weird. Can everyone see me? Thumbs up maybe if you can. Yeah? Okay, awesome.
Angela, are you sharing your screen? Someone's screen sharing. Okay, I don't know how to change it. Sandra, keep going, hun.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, anyways, I was really skeptical, and then I got back, like, I stopped taking the products, honestly, right, like, after a month, because I was like, I just can't afford this, and then I realized how much I love them, and I was like, hey, I need them back. So and I was honestly really snotty. Like, I went back to Brandy, and I was like, fine, I'm going to use these products, but only if I can get them paid for. And like, how nice would it be if someone actually said that to me? It doesn't happen often, but that was mine. But it was totally, and this is what I really want to touch on with you guys, is it came from a very selfish place, that I was just going to get something for free. So you can imagine, honestly, right away I did start sharing, but it was just to get my products paid for. I wasn't building a business. My business was going nowhere. Like, yeah, I was getting my products paid for, but stuff would ship to someone's house. And that was it. I was like, hey, good luck. Like, moving on to the next one. So I really wasn't building properly at all. So whatever, this went on for a good year. And then I kind of stopped getting my products paid for because obviously everything just crumbled. And then I was like, oh, this kind of sucks. Like, maybe I should look into this more. And it was around that time that I was actually introduced to the START group. And I was a little bit not so happy in my career. Like, I was kind of feeling like I couldn't get ahead. So I was open to looking at something else. And I think it was Audrey Moss added me to Facebook. And I watched her and I was seeing this life. I'm like, how does she have this? How is she doing all this? And I was so inspired. I'm like, if this girl can do this, I can do this. Like, I had no idea that this was the opportunity. So at that point, I really just fully jumped in. I was like, I'm ready to do this. I want to commit. And I finally ordered a 30-day system. It took me a year to do a 30-day system, which is ridiculous. So I was like, hey, if I'm going to share this, I want to make sure it works. I want to make sure it's good. So I literally went, I did it. I got all my body measurements, like my body fat measured, my, like my lean muscle mass, like anything you get measured, I got measured. So I did that and my results were significant. So right away I had something really amazing to share with people on Facebook. And I wanted to start, you know, kind of creating my brand and showing people what I had. So what I really want to share, and then from there, I mean, to end my story, now I'm super passionate about Isagenix and things have been amazing. Like, I did become Crystal Executive. I'm on Team Isagenix now. After doing my first 30 days, I did another one in a row, and that was when I was like, hey, I can compete. I met Sandra and Chelsea at an event. They encouraged me to try competing. I won everything. It was so amazing, and it was so good because I looked at my body and my health compared to the other athletes, and I had a huge competitive advantage with Isagenix. And now I'm really passionate actually about sharing it with other athletes because there's no reason that you need to be unhealthy to do this sport. And I'm so thankful that I have Isagenix to give my body all the nutrition it needs. Because when you start to cut back near the last few weeks, like, you need that nutrition. Some fruits, thank you. So love those. So just to tell you guys really quick, my 3 breakthroughs, I want to tell you that you guys, hopefully if you're new, you can kind of skip these things that I did. So I kind of mentioned earlier, I came from a very selfish place to start. So that's when I saw a huge shift in my business, when I just decided that I need to take myself out of the picture. It doesn't matter what I want or the fact that I'm going to get my products paid for. I really need to connect with the people that I'm meeting with and understand how I can help them. It's all about them. I'm just sharing something with them, and whether they want it for, you know, weight loss, for energy, for another stream of income, it's all about them, and whatever they decide is what they decide. And I really just took myself out of the picture and came from a place of helping somebody else in their life. So that was a huge, huge, huge breakthrough for me. Another big thing is you guys 100%.
Still okay out there? Okay.
You guys 100% need to create your brand. Putting up workout videos, sharing, you know, different things that I love about fitness and this and that. So that was my brand. And once you create your brand, you have to be consistent in posting, because if you're not serious and people don't see that, then no one's going to take you serious or want to enroll in your business. Like, I can't tell you how many random people now that I have just reach out to me. Like, they literally fall out of the sky because I've created a consistent brand. So maybe your brand might be like, maybe you're in the 100-pound club, you're going for the 100 pounds, like, you're going to connect with all those people who are in the same place as you. Maybe you're like super into traveling, like, then create a brand around traveling, and you know, it all comes together. So whatever you're passionate about, even if it's art, whatever it might be, you really need to create that brand and just own it and be really consistent with it, because that's exactly what you're going to attract into your business. So that was a big, big, big breakthrough for me. And then the last thing is share the Isagenix opportunity with everybody. Like even the closed-minded people, whatever, like you don't know where anyone is in life. And I think that it's just so important right away. We tell people like, you know, and even understand like what excites them. Like when I enroll, I have some people who come up to me purely for products. So many people just approach me for products. And at that point, I just try to get to know them. And I'm like, what do you do for work? You know, what do you do for fun? What if I could show you how to do what you do for fun more often? Would you be open to earning another stream of income? Like you really, it's kind of difficult at first. I know it seems awkward, but you just need to do it and you need to practice and you need to tell people because we have such an amazing gift. And I wish that somebody right away had told me. And I tell people that when I share with them, I'm like, I wish right away, because I was super skeptical. I wish right away someone had, the person had shown me, and she was amazing. I was just very close at the time, but I wish someone really sat there and told me what the opportunity was and what it really means. Because then you don't know what you're saying no to. So just share the opportunity. It's the best part of Isagenix. Like the START community, the opportunity, that for me is number one. The fact that we have incredible products is just the cherry on top. So that's my 3 shares, my 3 breakthroughs. Hopefully I gave you guys something to kind of take home tonight.
Fantastic. You guys, whoop, whoop, give it up for Sandra. Can we have a takeaway? What was one of your takeaways from what you shared? Sandra, thank you so much. So many nuggets there. I wrote some down. I know what mine were, but does anybody want to just unmic for a second and just let us know what one of your takeaways was from what Sandra has said?
Tinya, I don't have video on, but okay. It's Lena, and I'll share.
Yeah.
Something that I always, not always, but sometimes forget is when connecting, sometimes just getting to know somebody and what excites them without the agenda or objective of having the product, like the sale or whatever. Sometimes we get lost in that. So what was just said about what excites you, that reminded me that we need to look back and see who the person is and how we can actually help them.
Yeah, exactly. Great share. Yes, definitely. Thank you, Sandra, for that. And I think that I loved how you said, what if I could show you how you could do what you do for fun more often? You know, asking them what they like to do for fun and asking them, what if I could show you how to do what you do for fun more often? That was so cool. Practice is key, and just telling people. You know, she just said, you know, Sandra, you said a couple of times throughout what you shared with us that you just wish that someone had shown you more earlier. How many people do we know wish that they'd been shown more earlier? How about you? Maybe it was you. How many of you have been to an event and wish you had someone beside you? And that person may have come with you, but you maybe didn't ask them, right? So we have to talk to people, because if we don't talk to people, we don't know. Sandra, you gave us some incredible nuggets. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing with us. Okay, so we have one more awesome speaker who's going to share with us today, the beautiful Sabrina SancicWe. I had the pleasure of rooming with this beauty in Dallas at New Year's kickoff, the roommate of the year, and we had a ton of fun, and I got to really know a lot about Sabrina and her heart, and you know, where she really comes from. We have a lot more in common than we really knew, and I'm going to get choked even thinking about it. She's from Brampton, and she is a manager, and she started Isagenix a year and a half ago. She is an early childhood educator, so she has a real passion. I mean, sometimes, I don't know, I've got 2 kids that are grown. I can't imagine a room full of them under the age of like 3 or something. She is a 3-time champion cheerleader. Give it up for the cheerleader. She is a small business owner, and she's going to share with you more about her business that she has in the fashion industry. She's going to share a little bit more about that. And an interesting fact about Sabrina, she was top 100 in Canadian Idol season 3. Welcome, Sabrina, to the call. Give it up.
Woo woo.
Awesome.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much, Tinya. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Jason. You guys are awesome. First and foremost, I want to thank every single person for being here tonight. It's really appreciative that I was able to share my story and when I could speak for Sandra and Jason at the same time. As well as Tinya. So I just wanted to share my story with you first and foremost before I get into inspiration. So before Isagenix, I was extremely tired. Now, being an early childhood educator working with children under the age of 3 can be very exhausting. Not only that, I was a newlywed and I packed on the pounds after being a newlywed. And from being a competitive cheerleader to, you know, doing back handsprings to now kind of having the chips, I really lost my confidence in myself and the person that I was. So I had been introduced to Isagenix by Renata Beyondich. And it's funny because I believe that we were meant to cross paths. She and my husband knew each other when they were children, but I didn't meet Renata through my husband. I met her solely by myself. So that's why I believe our paths were supposed to be connected. Just why we're all here today, there's a reason why we're here. So within 5 minutes, she was telling me about the program. I said, I don't care what it is. Here's my money. Take it and go. So I got my 30-day system. And within the first 12 days, not only was I losing those pounds and inches, I was starting to get that teacher in me back to be the best for my children in the classroom. My husband was starting to get his wife back. I was starting to get my pep in my step back, and I was losing those pounds and inches. So within 30 days, I lost a total of 28 pounds and 32 inches. So for me, that was a really big accomplishment. And I look awesome. That's just it. I felt amazing, and everybody around me started to notice. I originally was not for the business. I didn't know anything about it. I remember I called Renata just as a question for something, and she said, I'm going to getting on a plane to go to New Year's kickoff in Palm Springs. And I said, what? What do you mean you travel with this? And she's like, yeah, I do. You know, like, I'll talk to you when I get back. And she's like, I'll explain more to you. But of course, me being not a very, like, now I'm curious. So I decided to Google it. I Googled all of the leaders. I Googled, you know, the celebration, New Year's kickoff. And I said, wow, this is actually something. This is like a culture. So at first I got started in sharing very late. And as people noticed a difference in me and the kids started to notice a difference in me, it was kind of like a natural thing and a natural progression. And of course, I overcame so many obstacles to where I was now. And I overcame so many different challenges to get where I needed to be and to be the woman that I wanted to be. And it honestly, it changed my life for the better. I had so many amazing people. Now, each profession has a specific 9 to 5. You go to work, you do the job, you say hi to the boss, maybe you grab him a cup of coffee, you got to say hi to the paper copy guy. You kind of go through the motions. But here it's like, hey, I get to party with Tinya in Dallas, and I get to hang out with Jason and Start Toronto, and I get to say hi to Scott when actually I knew him from before and I used to teach his children. So it's kind of like everybody's paths cross, and I'm meeting more and more people, and I'm getting inspired by more and more people. And especially with these big leaders, and I encourage every single person to take a look and really study their story, but also study their body language. Their body language is something you can tell a person's demeanor, passion, and drive just by the way that they stand and the way that they talk. So the first person that I would like to bring up that I resonated with is Laura Stevens. Now, Laura Stevens overcame so many, and she is a mom of 3 young children. Now, I know how busy it is to have 3 children. I had 10 in a classroom. So 3, it's crazy. But her husband was deployed in Iraq, and she used Isagenix as an outlet, whereas I used singing as an outlet. I used cheerleading as an outlet, my small business as an outlet, my planning for activities as an outlet, for all the other things that I overcame in my life. And Laura Stevens overcame missing her husband, building her Isagenix business, and also being a full-time mom to 3 children. So I found that she was able to overcome those obstacles despite her challenges and everything around her. She didn't have somebody in her corner saying, yeah, go you, go you. Just like Tracy O'Malley. Tracy O'Malley was going through such a difficult time, and during her story in celebration, I cried my eyes out because she was that girl that bawled her eyes out walking into ICU. And I was that girl at one event. And I said, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I have the guts. I don't know if I can have the time. But when I heard Laura Stevens at Celebration and I heard Tracy O'Malley, I literally said, okay, you know what? This is it. I'm going to go for this, and I'm going to go 100%. And every single person in this room also has that in their gut. You just maybe you're trying to find it. But these leaders, I encourage every single person to just grab a hold of a couple of them and really study them. Really study their trait. Every single one of them has something different to offer. Whether you want to take that from each one, and especially with my mentor, Renata, I'm always studying what she's saying, because she has a story to tell, but it's great to hear it in different forms. But another leader that I don't feel gets a lot of the limelight, as you would say, is Hillary Courtney. Now, I'm not sure if anybody remembers Hillary Courtney, and she is also a mom of 3 children, and her husband was working full-time, and she was traveling three hours outside of where she is in her small town, Missouri. And she said she only had about 1,000 people or something in her town. Now, again, that's another obstacle. Whereas Tracy O'Malley was going through, addiction, and she had no child support, nobody in her corner. Just like Hillary did have somebody in her corner, but she really had to put herself through it, whatever it took, the 3 hours driving there and back, whatever it took. So, of course, all these women have something in common, and what that is that they have inspired themselves. And you should be inspiring yourself, because doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Your dreams should be the biggest thing ever. And I have this notebook here, and it says, "Dream bigger, darling." I surround myself with these quotes, with dreams all over my wall, all over my vision board, in my office, on my fridge, in my bathroom. And you surround yourself, when you surround yourself with positive people, you surround yourself with what your vision is, you're going to succeed. And not only that, maybe you haven't physically grasped it yet, but you've already succeeded, because you understand what it is that you want and you're going for it. And that is half the battle, establishing that. So I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to let you finish it off, Tinya, because I could go all night. And thank you, everybody, for letting me share my story and inspiration. Yay.
Oh my goodness, you guys, I don't even need to wrap it up. Can you guys give a big whoop whoop, or unmic yourselves and give a big, round of applause for these guys? What an incredible share. Woo! You're not inspired after that, right? Seriously. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check out or learn from the women that she talked about, Tracy O'Malley, Hillary Courtney, and Laura Stevens, their success stories on YouTube. If you put their names in YouTube, you're going to find something on them. And, I would agree, all 3 of them have something to offer. And I think what's really beautiful about what Sabrina shared, besides all of it, is that Sabrina is taking sort of the best of each of these mentors that she has in her world and her circle. And I think that's what is really important. I'll close on this message, is that there is no one else like you. We are all unicorns in a sense, right? We are all unique and interesting. Scott's like, I'm a unicorn? Yeah, Scott, you're a unicorn. So we are all unique and interesting, and we all have something to contribute. And we all can resonate with all types of people, because when we get into our authentic selves and get really confident and build our belief to a 10 out of 10, in ourselves and everything that we are doing, we can take the best of all these incredible people around us, the strong, bold, loud ones, and the really silent ones, and really, really be empowered and empower others. And I think that is what is really important, and that's really, truly what we're here for. So I have such gratitude to each and every one of you that shared here on the call tonight. I am open to feedback, suggestions, comments about how the call can continue to be improved. I'm really pleased with the way this is going, and I am looking to have you guys sort of slotted in the next upcoming weeks so that we can all share from each other. Someone said to me, well, go for the big guys, go for the ambassadors, and I am going to reach out to the ambassadors. But you know what? I'm really pleased with, I just think we're all leaders. Like everyone who has stepped up on this call since the very beginning, there's just been so much valuable information, because each and every one of you have something so powerful and so magnetic to contribute, that it's really, really so exciting to me that you guys are stepping into it. And I know sometimes I'm throwing you under the bus a little bit and you're a little nervous about it, but then you're grateful because you feel good because you stepped into your power. So thank you for making the time to be here. Thank you to Sabrina and to Jason and Sandra. You guys are amazing. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Sunday night. We've got Jessica Takis, who's going to do our skills building with us next week. She's going to be talking about prospecting, the how, the why, and the what. We've also got Lynn Westlake is going to share her incredible story and do a product share on the greens with us, which is awesome. I know Scott's in shock. Oh my gosh. And then I'm still looking for a few other people to step up in the coming weeks. So that's what's coming up next week. Again, thank you very much for being here. I'm really, really grateful for each and every one of you. Open up the lines. If you guys have anything you want to say, your goodbyes or whatever, then please do so.
Selfie pic.
Oh, we want to do a selfie pic. Scott, you're my dude. All right. I'm going to have
unicorn.
What's that?
You're the unicorn.
I'm your unicorn.
Like this.
You are
That's the unicorn.
We're all doing our unicorn?
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I just have to figure this out. Did I get it? Oh, I got it. Okay, you guys doing the
Hang
unicorn?
on, we also need James to take his shirt off.
And there's a lot of people that aren't on video, so if you guys don't mind.
He wants to be in the photo. He wasn't here for the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's got to take his shirt off and show the abs.
James, that's the rule, James. If you're not here for the whole thing, you have to take your shirt off. Okay, hold on, you guys. Is anyone, if you guys are not open on video and you want to open your video, that would be great. I think we're frozen here.
Nice. Right.
You look like one of the security guys from Star Trek.
So you guys ready? Ready?
He's one of the red guys. He's going to get killed.
Yeah, the right guy.
1, 2, 3. Woohoo! Okay, you guys rock. Thank you for being here, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Tinya.
Bye.